Oh, 15 out of 15 today, guys. We got them all. Good. Hello. Welcome. Hey, Debbie. I'm Adidas. Hey, what's up? You got your notifications working. Nick, hello. Have COVID. Oh my God, I'm sorry to hear that. Hope they'll be okay. Now at least it's not a death sentence anymore, you know? Pentagon official shows video of unidentified object. You know? It's like a drop of moisture on a window, and the camera just zips by it. Doesn't try to go back and recapture it, unfocus it, or anything. It's just boom. It's literally 2 seconds of video, and these guys in Washington are like, we don't know what this is. It's like a drop of condensation on a glass window. It's a spherical object. It zips right by this. It just goes by super fast. We don't know what it is. You guys seen that footage? It's a joke. Anyhow, so I want to tell you guys that Bill Gates is working with the WHO, who he is the biggest benefactor of. That's right. Bill Gates basically owns the World Health Organization, and they're trying to pass a treaty that goes all around every country on the whole planet, that has every single one of them sign on and agree to allowing the WHO, a pack of fucking liars, be the bosses of you and everything that you know to be true. These guys who fucking put Fauci out there and lied about masks, and who knows what else they've lied about that they knew. These people want to be the end all of truth. And I just think every single one of you should know about it and should speak out against it. And fuck Bill Gates. I wish I could cook for you. Thanks, Doc. It's a joke. Are they so damn paranoid? I'm Adidas. Okay, I am gonna... Got noted. Oh, Big Mark, good. 90 and 94, yeah. That's terrible. How the fuck did people that are 90 and 94 years old catch COVID in the first place? You know, are they going out somewhere? Are they going out in public? You know? Are the kids going to school and bringing back COVID to the grandparents? Is that how they got it? Yeah, send your kids to school. Send them to school. No kids have grandparents at home. Send them to school. Yeah, doesn't hurt them. We've already been over all that. Billy Bond, James McGill, Josh G. Heard that. Have to do fucking something. It's time now, if not never. It's like, we're going to fight back against this for real. I don't know, man, but the WHO is full of liars and assholes. And, you know, there's talk about the Ukraine war being a giant money laundering scheme. We already know that. We didn't need Marjorie Taylor Greene to point it out. Everybody knows it's money laundering. That's what we've been saying. It's a scam. We said it's so all the money comes back to these big war companies here in the United States that, guess what, Hillary Clinton and all these fuckers are invested in. It's money laundering. It's how they get their money. It's how people like Hillary Clinton get paid. They produce war. And then the war comes back in the form of payments to whatever war companies they've invested in. That's how it works. I know we're covering a lot really quickly, but, you know, I'm in a hurry. If you say no, they want to host the shit over cloud. I smell some bullshit. 10 million Germans. I don't get it, Amadeus. I don't know what that's in reference to. His son brought it in. He's a grown man. Yeah. Eddie, hey man, you made it to a show. He took his mask off in their small apartment. I've worked too hard the last 5 months to keep them well. He took his mask off in there and he had COVID. Yeah. Wow, man. What can you do? You can't protest your brother. You know? Boo, Clinton's right, Billy Bong. Big Murph. Yeah, I would love to see where Nancy Pelosi invests her money. I would love to see where Mitch McConnell invests his money. I would love to see all these people that voted to send $40 billion to Ukraine, how they get their investment money. I'd love to see how they do that. Do I think now is a good time to buy Bitcoin? Yes, I do. I think now is a great time to buy Bitcoin. It's the cheapest it's been in a long time. Good question. Hi, Christina. Stepbrother, his son. Yeah, either way. Like you said, he's an adult and he doesn't give a shit. You know, people are just concerned about their own narrative, and I got very little to say about it. I'm running out of steam as far as commentary goes because I'm realizing how pointless my plight is. You know, very little people watch my show, and for the people who do watch my show, it's very few of them really care what I have to say. It's more just, it's entertaining and it's fun. I get it. I'm not taken seriously by anybody. So it's like, why should I even bother speaking on it? You know? I think I have something to offer, but maybe I have absolutely nothing to offer. You know, maybe that's what it is. I've got nothing to offer. Hey, Marty, what's up, buddy? I mean, I've got something to offer 19 of you, which is good. There should be 1,900 people here right now, you know, according to the fact that I've got 25,000 subscribers on YouTube. You would think about, you know, at least 1/20th of them would show up to a show. But we know how that works. Nobody gets, you know, only a few of you get notified. And, you know, I just, what am I going to say? Am I going to make a change? You know, me and my 17 viewers going to change the world? Does it really matter what my opinion is on anything with these pathetic numbers? It doesn't, does it? We're not going to do anything. We're not a force to be reckoned with. You know, we're like some dust over in the corner of the internet that nobody ever pays attention to. I take you seriously? Oh, thank you. Thank you for saying that. That's nice. I enjoy that you keep us updated. The shit with the murder of the 10 people took 3 days to get covered in our news. Bad news, but fast as hell. Yeah, I got it to you faster. Well, that's Germany. That figures, you know. I do like bringing you guys news stories, you know. But I just get so angry with it all now. I just can't subject myself to it. It's like my mom says. She says everything pisses you off. I was like, well, maybe if I wasn't exposed to everything, I wouldn't be so angry all the time. You know, it's every room you walk into in this house, there's mainstream media playing. It's a constant droning of bullshit. You know, just pounding away at your fucking eardrums. Doc, no, I'm good. I'm good, thanks. I already ate. I had 4 eggs this morning. My head in check on a bad day, mate. Don't undersell yourself. Hill House Hobo, thank you. I wish you'd show up more often and say good stuff like that. I wish more people could show up more often. I wish we could get more people to the show. You know, it would make a huge difference on me. It's not about being pissed off. I know. But, you know, it was like when I was watching some Palestinians getting beaten by Israeli soldiers while they were trying to hoist a coffin over their heads. and they were playing sad music over it, as if that is going to drum up the emotion required to change anything. Oh, poor me, poor us. Oh, look at us. We can take it, though. The sad music. That does nothing. That does absolutely nothing for anybody, you know? Been working a boat, trying to spend time with the kiddos. It's Eddie, it's not about you getting here. It's about having a large group of people so you don't have to come to every show. That's what it's about, man. It's about having thousands of people that will, you know, when you can't make it, 300 other people can make it. You know, Eddie, you know what I mean? It shouldn't all be on you. It shouldn't all be on Nick Brown. It shouldn't all be on Debbie or Hippie Chick or James McGill or you guys that show up to every show. And I apologize to all of you that do show up to every show, that you guys put up with me. I apologize to you because you know how desperate I am. That's why you show up. Because you're like, he needs the view, man. You feel sorry for me, don't you? I appreciate that. Thank you. You should feel sorry for me. I'm basically being bullied by everybody. YouTube isn't for kids. That's why they have YouTube Kids. Benjamin, what are you, a spokesperson for YouTube? YouTube isn't for kids? What, you mean, what? So there's some educator on YouTube, like Professor Dave explains, that's not for kids? So kid can't learn about, astrophysics? Kid can't study the stars? Or, watch a documentary because it's not for kids? What the fuck do you mean? That's why there's YouTube Kids. What the fuck are you? King Censor? King Censorship? Are you here to protect the children? Is that who you are? They've literally got you, they've got you cucked. Oh, they've got you cucked, Benjamin. They literally have you cucked. You're literally a just watching on the sidelines or holding your dick like this, right? And saying whatever they tell you to fucking say. Oh, YouTube's not for children. Oh, that's why there's YouTube Kids. Oh, okay. Okay. And this is why people's kids are so fucking stupid today. It seems they have, lol. It seems they have, lol. It's not a lol. It seems they have, que lastima. What a fucking shame. What a pity. That's horrible that you're even admitting it. You're copping to it. Yeah, you're indoctrinated, bro. And you're poor kids. It's the people that have kids and you don't want them to get information. You let social media parent your kids for you? Really? God, it just gets me so mad. Yeah, I'm right. Well, thank you for saying that. I don't, whether you agree with me or not, Benjamin, I appreciate you saying that. I mean, by your actions, I would say you disagree. By your actions of, oh, YouTube Kids, that's why there's YouTube Kids. Well, like I said, there's I can't think of his name anymore. There's so many great educators on YouTube, and they're not going to be on YouTube Kids because they might say fuck every once in a while. They might say oops shit or something. Oh, that's why kids can't hear a curse word. Really, Benjamin? You don't think your kids have heard every curse word ever at school with the other kids? Do you not remember school, bro? Are you kidding me? Are you that stupid that you think that YouTube should be the one that tells you how to raise your children, what they can watch, what they can't watch? This is going right back to the WHO, to Bill Gates, determining what's truth and what's not. And he wants the final say over all of it with this treaty. I know what you guys are saying. How does Bill Gates, he's not in government. I listen to Jordan Peterson. Oh, well, that explains everything. He's rotting your brain, Benjamin. Don't listen to Jordan Peterson. He's an idiot. Okay? He thinks that if you clean your room, that's going to make you a better person. Let me tell you something. Sometimes I wake up and make my bed. Sometimes I don't. Sometimes my room is a mess. Sometimes it's immaculate. Doesn't change who I am that day at all. He's an idiot, man. You guys need to not listen to Jordan Peterson. You know, this is the guy who just went on social media and fat shamed a woman, right? Because I do it too. My mom gets mad at me because we'll be watching Dove commercials. I'll be like, fat chick, fat chick, fat chick. Why are they on TV? Right? This is exactly what Jordan Peterson did on Twitter. He shamed somebody for being fat, and then you know what happened? Well, then he got shamed for being a fat shamer, and he got all butthurt and crying about it, and he left Twitter. Like the big pussy that we all know he is. Oh, you know what you gotta do there, bucko, is, oh, you've got to see what you're doing with the context. You've got to put it in the proper context, you see. I was fat shaming there, but I was doing it because I've got a little dick, and I was shaming myself by fat shaming somebody else. You see there, bucko? What? You know, his whole platform, his what's the word? His, I can't think of the word. His section of people that watch him, all of a sudden I can't think of the word. And it's right there, too. I like barely saw it. His, starts with a D, right? His, I want to say dynamic. His group of people that watch him, his 20 to 25-year-old demographic. Thank you. I'm saying dynamic. Demographic. Jordan Peterson's demographic is little-dicked white men. That's it. White men with little dicks. That's it. That's his demographic. That's what he is, and that's the people that listen to him. Because that's literally how you the person you need to listen to so you can make it through another day of your pathetic life. Demographic. Yeah, you're all like, demographic. Bunny, Matthew, Big Mark, thank you guys. Yes, demo. That dude is a dick about YouTube. He probably hasn't let his kids watch Rambo movies because his kids might grow up to murder Jason Holloway. I mean, you're right, bro. Jason is right, Ben. Do you see this? I mean, I saw Star Wars when I was 11 years old or 12. I was just a kid when that came out. It was like, what year was that? 10 years old? Is it 78? What year did Star Wars come out? There was no YouTube Kids to keep me from watching it. My dad took me to the movie theater and we watched Star Wars. You know, it wasn't a rated R movie either, but there was a lot of violence in that movie, man. There were people getting killed, people getting murdered, you know? And Darth Vader was choking the life out of people. You know, and people were taking lightsabers and slicing them up and shit. You know? I didn't have a problem with that. I was a little kid. So, the more you protect these children, the more people like that have evil intentions can creep in there and subjugate them. They can indoctrinate them. Because you don't want to let your kids watch YouTube. You don't want to let your kids educate themselves. You want to restrict them to YouTube Kids. And, oh, you don't want to stop your kids from watching anything. Well, Benjamin, why are you saying that's why there's YouTube Kids then, man? I mean, I'm like, fuck YouTube Kids. Let me tell you something. The whole reason I did this article, this title to my live stream today, is because I'm getting age restriction strikes on my YouTube channel. There used to be a thing, it says 18 and up. You click it and your channel's 18 and up. Well, they've changed it. And now when you click it, it says, I do not produce content for children. Well, I clicked it. Well, why the fuck are they still striking me for putting adult material on my fucking channel? That's why I did that. Because their stupid algorithms don't even work correctly, man. Their setup on their channel pages doesn't even work anymore because some engineer went in there and screwed it all up. You understand that? It used to work, man. It used to work. You used to put 18 and up. There was a box. Hey, my channel is made for 18 years of age and older. It was right there under settings advanced. It was one of the very first things you'd see. Checkbox. Boom. Some engineer deleted that. Now they got 4 checkboxes there. Oh, I produce only child stuff. I produce stuff sometimes for children. My channel does not produce stuff for kids. Or blah, blah, blah. Whatever. Well, that's the one I checked. I do not put content up for children, ever. Fuck your kids. I'm not here to entertain your children. You know? Why can't you get that right, YouTube? Why do you keep striking me? Why do you keep giving me, punishment for what you won't let me control myself? They hate people like me, man. They hate people that just spout it off. They hate people that just say what's on their mind. And this is how they try to control us, man. Look, if you're wearing headphones and I hurt your ears, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. But you guys know, all my audience knows, I have been dealing with this since 2013. I've been dealing with this since 2013. 2012, 2013 is when it started. And it's never stopped, and it only gets worse, and it just seems like the more they algorithm and the more they choke us, the less happens, the less activism there is around it. It's like, oh, we're going to take this away from you. Oh, okay. And now we're going to take this away from you. Oh, okay. Now we're going to take this away from you. Oh, okay. Okay. Jackson Hinkle's been removed from Twitter, man. I'm sorry, from Twitch. He's still on Twitter. He said his channel was deleted from Twitch. Yeah, that should resonate with you guys. He's not like me. He's not smoking drugs on his channel. He's not talking smack and cursing and calling people out for being poor parents like I do. He's just doing the news stuff with his little bit of opinion on it that they don't agree with. So since they don't agree with him, they just take his entire channel down. He said it was for saying that something about Russia. I don't know what it was. They took his whole channel down on Twitch. He tweeted it. I can't remember what it was. He said, my entire Twitch channel was removed for saying something about Russia and Ukraine. You guys cannot support this shit. Like when Benjamin said, well, that's why there's YouTube Kids. No, that's why you sit by and don't say anything. Because you think there's a solution for the problem. The solution is completely the problem. That's what you need to look at. Silencing people is not what you want, Benjamin Patterson. Trust me. You wouldn't like YouTube if it was the way they wanted it to be. Sterilized. I wouldn't be on there. Jimmy Dore wouldn't be on there. Jackson Hinkle wouldn't be on there. Lee Camp definitely wouldn't be on there. Russian television wouldn't be on there. And let me tell you something. On Twitter, on my Twitter feed, I get a lot of news from RT. There's nothing wrong with them. They're a great agency, man. And people want to say, oh, they're Russian funded. Who cares where the money comes from? As long as they're giving me news. They're putting reporters out there on location that have the video and have the facts to back up what they're saying. That's all I need. When you catch them putting up narrative, you can tell me about it. When you catch it, good luck. Because they know they're being watched. With a name like Russian television being broadcast in America, don't you think they're watching? They're minding their P's and their Q's. They're crossing their T's and they're dotting their I's. Don't you think? They're checking their punctuation and they're making sure their facts all line up. They're called Russian TV. You think they're going to put up Russian propaganda under the name Russian TV? I don't think so, man. You want Russian propaganda? Head on over to Fox News. Head on over to Rachel Maddow. I miss when we didn't have problems with YouTube. Yeah, the 5-star generation, bro. Hell yeah. 5-star generation of YouTube. We were kings, bro. We were the fucking kings of the internet. Those were the days, bro. I miss 2012, man. I miss 2011 when I blew that shit up. You know, I was a king, bro. I felt like nothing was going to stop me. I couldn't believe it. I was walking around on clouds all day in shock. I would go out to a store and people would walk up to me and go, "Trendy as dabbers." You know, God, that was awesome. That felt so good, man. And people loved me. They're like, "Dude, you're crazy, man. You're nothing like you are on that show in real life." I'm like, "Thanks, bro." They're like, "You're really cool, man. You're like really cool and you're fun to smoke with." I'm like, "I know. I'm not that bad, am I?" She said, "That's my buddy Iceman. He has me in his home." Yeah, man. I'm not ripping the drapes off the walls or anything. You know? You always have to check every side of a conflict, and somewhere in between you will find it. Amaditas, I know, right? Doc Hollandaise, I miss it too. I know, man. Those were the days. But you know what? Let's do a dab. This is this beautiful dab mat of Rick doing a giant dab in his bucket. He's got a bucket too. And I want to do a dab because this dab mat inspires me. And I'll be getting the wooden trays today, guys. So these fit inside wooden trays with handles. You'll see, man. It's going to be really nice to be able to have all my stuff, man, moved around and whatever I want to do with it. Okay, that is a nice fat dab. I'd give my left arm to meet you. Eddie! Hopefully that's not the one with the fucking Trendy Ass Dabbers tattoo on it. Look, Eddie. Whenever you want to meet me, bro, you come on down to Florida and you can meet me, okay? Anytime you want. You don't have to give your arm to meet me. I would meet you anytime, brother. You know, you put a fucking tattoo of my show on your hand, bro. You know, not too many trendies can say that. You're grandfathered in. Oh, shit, I mean the right arm. Oh, the left arm's the one, or the left arm's the one with the tattoo. Hey. Okay. Do I got butane in this thing? I thought I ran out yesterday. Isn't that funny? It's the endless butane torch. Mosh Pit has a trendy tattoo. I'm going to do that, Nay. I'm getting a trendy tattoo. Really? Docky? Docky Hollandaise! Get a Nay's Garden one, man. It'll be the first Nay's Garden tattoo. You imagine if I changed the name of my channel back to Trendy As Dabbers? That'd be funny, wouldn't it? Yeah, I'm having some butane issues here, man. So let me see. I don't think there's any butane left in this. But I will try. Hopefully, this transferred some butane in there. This can is empty. But, let's see if I've got any fuel now. No, I have to go see if I have that other butane in the bathroom, which I think I do. So let me go get my other can of butane. I'm almost positive I've got one here. Man, I'm glad I did that. Not only did I find my my butane, but I found this tray, man. It's got concentrates in it. I didn't even know this was here, man. For doing I got my tray, man. It's good. For doing nectar collector hits. Wow, that's the longest I've ever had to fill that for. That was almost 15 seconds, so this is gonna work great now. There we go. Okay, here we go. Oh, I like to see that bucket clearing up. That is nice. My hand is shaking. Okay. Now we are good. Okay. I see this one little place where I kind of missed it, but it's okay. Just let that cool down now. Guess the song. Ren, wrapped up in some powdered wool. Guess I'm losing touch. Don't tell me this is time because I need to choose something. Some kind of jam. I don't know, Ren Ben Kanan. What's up, buddy? How are you, man? Good to see you. Oh. Oh, is it Stuck in the Middle with You? Stuck in the Middle with You. Is that what that is? Let me know if I got it. I don't know the words to that song, but tried that Strain Nay. Good stuff about you on his Instagram lives. Aw, thanks. Some Deadhead OG. Yeah, I've smoked Deadhead OG. I think I grew it one year. We did a plant, me and Dino. Deadhead OG. It was good. I mean, the Deadhead OG was part of the supermodel that I did, if I remember correctly. It was really good. That supermodel. It was very flavorful, man. Really, it tasted like lip gloss. I remember that's why I called it supermodel. All right, you guys, here we go. Let's see how much vapor we can get going here. Cheers. I love these dab mats. Makes everything so nice. I'm just gonna hold the rest of this in. Holy moly. That is good. Good stuff. I'm right under the skylights, man. I'm just a couple feet away, but it's nice and bright, huh? It's nice. I can look up and see airplanes flying over. You got a bong coaster? Pinoy loves me. I love Pinoy, man. Amazing. He met me, dude. He was one of the first viewers of Trendy As Dabbers. You guys realize that? He's one of the very first. I had no idea who he was. He would come in, he'd chill for a little bit, he'd leave. And then one day he's like, dude, I've been watching your videos and learning how to make concentrates. I'm like, yeah? Someone's actually doing that? He's like, yeah, man, and I'm coming up with some new techniques, and I'm meeting other people, and I'm taking it to the next level. I was like, well, keep in touch with me, bro, and let me know. Next thing I know, he moves to Denver. He moves to Colorado. I don't know if it was Denver. He moves to Colorado, and he just blows the scene up over there. And then he wins all the awards. He wins all the concentrate cups out there. He gets on TV. You know, they have him on like night. Or it wasn't Nightline. It was some fucking show, news show. It was good. They were talking about the dab scene in Colorado, and they followed him around. It's really cool. At one point, he was wearing a Trendy As Dabbers "Fuck You" shirt, and he wore that in the interview. But I've just been sitting back, proud as a dad is with their son, and their son becomes like a medical doctor or something. Just watching him and just being like, yeah, man, see, that shit's possible. That shit's possible. I told y'all you could do that shit. And now, bro, I seek him out. You know, I seek out his dabs. In fact, I just dabbed some of his dabs just then. You know, I'm like, when are you gonna be in Florida next, bro? You open your first financial firm. God, Eddie, you're crazy. How to grow cannabis? It's been great. I have 30 plants active grow right now. Right on, Eddie. Great. Always do as I say, not as I do. And you guys will be doing fine, man. Don't use me as a personal example. I'm horrible. I'm a horrible person. But I know a lot of stuff. And when I put it out there and it makes sense, grab onto it and use it, man, you know? Hey, Treasure Coast. Hey, bro, I saw that you subscribed to my YouTube channel a couple of months ago. Treasure Coast, thank you. I want you guys to know, I went over there and I looked, and it said over the last 30 days, only like 7 people have subscribed. There's only 7 names over the last 30 days to my big YouTube channel with 25,000 subscribers. So make sure you are subscribed to my large channel on YouTube, Nay's Garden. And man, if you're unsubscribed from that channel, resubscribe to it, sign up for notifications, and come back in here immediately, right now, and let me know that you were unsubscribed from my YouTube channel. Please, everybody, right now, go check. Make it part of this show that you're going to go check and see if you've been unsubscribed from my big YouTube channel. Okay? Very important, man. I mean, as sick and unhealthy as that channel is, the most amount of viewers, hands down, comes through on that channel. You know, it's not every show, but on average, if you look across all my channels, that's the one that's getting close to 100 views per channel. I mean, per upload, per live stream. Had a little under 2.7 pounds from one plant. Your knowledge has definitely shown me how to grow cannabis better. Wow, 2.7 pounds. I was just watching my mom with my dad. Just giving him some love. It's cute. He's a little distracted. But I'm seeing what you're saying, Eddie. Almost 3 pounds from one plant? What? From one plant? I missed that part. You check often? Thank you, Nick. Y'all don't forget to hit the thumbs up on the stream. It helps. Thank you. Yeah, check and make sure you have not been unsubscribed from the big channel. Make sure your notifications are turned on for the big channel. And just keep coming back to the big channel, man. You know, keep giving me the thumbs ups. And, you know, there's no limit on thumbs ups, guys. You can go to every single one of my uploads and hit thumbs up, 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 all of you guys could do that. You can just go through my catalog and just thumbs up every single video, every single upload that I've uploaded. You know, one day if you're bored and you just got nothing else to do, say, yeah, you know, I think I'll go do that thumbs up thing or retweet thing or whatever. And together, man, maybe I can do what I think is impossible, which is beat these algorithms. Maybe. With y'all's help. I think I want a second splash of Cafepi, though. What do you guys say? Second splash? I bet you I could get my mom to make me a second cup of coffee. Mumsy! Where'd she go? Would you make me another cup of coffee? Please. Thank you. I got a dirty look. What was the dirty look for, Mom?
I just don't like the screaming early in the morning.
Oh, the screaming?
Yeah.
Too loud? Too much energy. I am some people's morning coffee. I get them going and ready for their day. There's deer behind us, by the way, guys. Here. Okay, you guys see the deer? Way back there. Way back there. But, well, you know, that is just funny. I hit the wrong button. Okay, there we go. Way back there. I'm going to point to the deer for you, okay? Right there. I believe that is a deer. Nope, it is not a deer. Not a deer. That is... I'm Ron Placoni over here. That is not a deer. There's no deer back there. My bad. Forget what I said about the deer. They were there, but by the time I got the camera, they must have walked down in the ravine. They must be in the creek. I don't see them. There were 2 of them. They could be in my neighbor's yard, behind the hedge row. If there's a bustle in your hedgerow, don't be alarmed now. It's just a spring clean for the May Queen. All right. Now, I wonder if I should dab some of this that I found in the bathroom. This stuff is a year old. Well, you know, I think I should leave. It's too dry to get on the dabber. Yeah. And there's dust in it too. There's a hair. So no, we'll do that with the nectar collector. But we could do a nectar collector dab, which would kind of be cool. I wonder if I got water in that thing still. but there's not enough water in it. Let me put a little bit more water in the nectar collector. I think I can do this. Yes, there are two paths we can go fly, but in the long run, there's still time to change the road you're on. If there's a vessel in your hedgerow, it's a little too much water. I got an empty out. Ah, that is just perfect. All these crazy contraptions, I'm just like Rick. Okay. So we'll go like this. And we'll go like this. And we'll go like this. I haven't done this in a while, so let me just, I got to get my my rhythm on this. Try to remember what's up. I remember, okay, you get it orange hot and then you go right into it, right when it's hot. Because it immediately cools down. Cheers. Dude, I didn't think I got that big of a hit. I got a huge hit. And it's smooth. So smooth. Oh, Eddie, you've been going on the freaking Oracle show? Nice. I'm gonna go grab my cafefe. I'll be right back. I'm sure it's thrown right on. Okay. Okay. That was a great, tasty, perfect hit. It's like using that nectar collector. You don't have to like time it just right. You heat it up and you go right in and boom, perfect hit. You know? I watch you more than freaking Oracle, I have to say. Hey, don't talk shit about freaking Oracle, man. He's probably watching. Doc, this isn't the main channel. I don't have my wrench on this one. Cheers, sparking your tube, y'all. Cheers for it, and me. Cheers, pal. Trendy's pal. Yes, I have a friend who has a Puffco. I use it all the time. Puffco Peak. It's great. It's a great device. You know. Got that. Look at the squirrel, guys. Little wildlife, little nature. You guys like a little nature in this garden? Little nature in this garden. Why does it flap its tail? Why does it flap its tail? Why does it flap its tail? All right, so do you guys like my brat impersonation? Okay. All right. Let's do another dab off that tray. I'm telling you, this is year-old concentrate right here. Been sitting in a drawer for who knows how long. Did you guys see I was getting hits off this thing literally before I even... I mean, it was smoking out before I even hit it. Look at this. You see this? That and you know what? You won't cough off of this. Because the bucket dab is way bigger. You don't get as big of a dab. But this is a small nectar collector, man. I kind of want to go to the store and see if they've got a nectar collector with a bigger intake on it. The one that I have in California is bigger and it hits better. I'm trying to figure out, how was I getting such big hits? How was I getting such big hits off it last? Because I remember we were filling this thing with smoke, and now it doesn't. I don't know. I don't see it's filling up with smoke. But then again, I haven't really paid attention to it. But it doesn't seem to be incinerating the dabs the same way. I don't know, man. I love you. I love you too, Docky. Talk shit about freaking Oracle. I know. Never talk shit about freaking Oracle. Oh, this coffee's like so good. Man, the Russian soldier on trial for war crimes in Ukraine, he pleaded guilty. I bet they're going to execute him anyway. It's fucking Ukraine, bro. You know, your crime's on video. Who's Casey and Vicky White? Oh, those were the two. That was the one was the inmate. The other was the prison guard that helped him escape. And she shot herself in the head, killed herself. Someone booked a hotel room for them for $100. China Eastern plane deliberately crashed. Dude. Those guys flew that plane into the ground. 132 passengers on that plane. Do you remember that? Holy shit. Someone in the cockpit intentionally downed the plane, says the flight data box. It was flying when it nosedived from 29,000 feet midair into the mountains, killing 132 passengers. It was China's deadliest air disaster in decades. Information extracted from the plane's damaged flight data recorder shows human input orders to the controls sent the plane into its deadly dive. The plane did what it was told to do by someone in the cockpit. It's possible, they said, that someone broke into the cockpit and forced and deliberately caused the crash. They don't know if that happened. I mean, that's only 132 people. You just eliminate all the people that definitely wouldn't have been. You know, like if there were any kids, boom, they didn't hijack the plane. Any, elderly people, they didn't hijack the plane. You know, you could probably safely assume that anyone up to the age of probably 25 probably wouldn't have had the skill set at that point to do something like that. So eliminate all those people. And then figure it's probably not a woman that did it, so you can eliminate all the women. And what's that leave you with? A small handful of passengers that, you go through each one's personal life and you find out that every single one of them was probably had a family or had stuff going on and was fine. Not there to hijack a freaking plane and kill everybody on board. It's going to go right back to the freaking pilot, dude. This is how pilots commit suicide, bro. What is the suicide rate of airline pilots? I wonder. And how do most of them choose to kill themselves? It's fucking crashing a plane just seems to be, they don't want to die alone. They want to die doing what they love to do. It's fucking psychotic. They've got the power to just eviscerate, just sweep away every single life in an instant, just like that. And that must feel very powerful to a pilot. All these flights that they take, all these people's lives in their hands. And maybe they feel underappreciated at some point. They're like, you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to crash the fucking plane so you can see what I have to do every day. This is how many lives I have in my hand every day. You guys don't give a fuck about us. Maybe it's something like that. Yeah, you gave me confidence. Right on, Docky. Yeah, during flight. Your show on Instagram is doing well. All right. Cool, man. So, Before the plane deviated from the cruising altitude, the radio communications between the crew and the air traffic control department did not show any abnormality. Rumors about the co-pilot intentionally crashing the plane had circulated widely on China's internet by April, with some pointing to the CAAC's remarks on the mental health of aviation staff following the crash. The speculations about pilot suicide causing the crash had previously prompted the CAAC to issue a denial. These rumors have seriously misled the public and interfered with the investigation of the accident. Police were carrying out investigations to hold the rumor mongers responsible. Dude, don't fuck with the Chinese government, bro. They will fuck you up. Communist goddamn China, bro. Fucking plane crashes are fucked up, bro. Alright, let's move on. A watchdog report says Trump and Biden administration decisions drove collapse of Afghan security forces. Rough news for Democrats. Very, very bad polling. Climate change is making record-breaking heat waves in India and Pakistan 100 times more likely. Let's read that one, huh? Oh, it's a video, I think. No, it's not a video. It's an article. It's so funny. You're scrolling down. There's a picture of that prison guard lady that shot herself in the head, and she's like, in that picture. Funny. Climate change has made the odds of a record-breaking heat wave hitting northwestern India and Pakistan 100 times more likely to happen, scientists said Wednesday, as the two countries experience high temperatures that are disrupting daily life. In an analysis, climate scientists with the UK's Met Office found that the neutral probability of a heat wave exceeding average temperatures from 2010 would be once in 312 years. But when climate change is factored in, exactly, the chances increase to once every 3.1 years. Of course. Because this is what I've always said. So when they start figuring out that they need to tie all this stuff together and check the feedbacks, how the feedbacks multiply, exponentially, the effect of all the other feedback loops. When they start reporting on that, they're going to realize how screwed we really are, right? They're finally talking about it. This is it. This is what I've been warning you guys about for years. This is exponential global climate feedback loops. Well, you guys already know all about them. We don't even have to talk about them. We've talked about this so much. And now, here we are. Here we are. April and May in 2010 was used as a point of comparison because those months had the highest average temperatures since 1900. Soaring temperatures in parts of Pakistan and India in recent weeks have forced schools to close, damaged crops, put pressure on energy supplies, and kept residents indoors. It even prompted experts to question whether such heat is fit for human survival. Jacobabad, one of the hottest cities in the world, is in Pakistan's Sindh province, hit 51 degrees Celsius. That's 123.8 degrees. That's almost 124 degrees on Sunday, and 50 degrees, 122 degrees Fahrenheit the day before. In neighboring India, temperatures in the capital region of Delhi surpassed 120 Fahrenheit on Sunday. Best airplane school in the world here in Vero Beach. It's insane. Vero Beach, yeah? We're fucked, lol, don't fly. The analysis also made projections showing the frequency of such heat waves in the region would increase to once every 1.15 years by the end of the century. By the end of the century. Once every year. So once every one and a little more than a tenth of a year heat wave. So almost every year there's going to be another heat wave. Is this the analysis? This is prediction. Spells of heat have always been a feature of the region's pre-monsoon climate during April and May. However, our studies show that climate change is driving the heat intensity of these spells, making record-breaking temperatures 100 times more likely, said the producer of the analysis, Met Office. By the end of the century, increasing climate change is likely to drive temperatures of these values on average every year. India and Pakistan are highly vulnerable to the impacts of the climate crisis, particularly in terms of extreme heat. So how many people from India and Pakistan are going to try to come here to the United States to escape that? You think the southern border is a problem? We ain't even got started yet, folks. I warned you about this. And these Republicans were worried about the great replacement theory. Let me tell you something. There ain't nothing you can do about it. No matter what laws you pass or how much you cry or whoever you put in office is not going to stop the influx of people from this entire planet to this country. Watch. It's all happening, just as I said it would. Just as Guy McPherson pointed out, this bird's looking for a place to put a nest. Like, what about right up here? Dude, you don't want to put a nest right there, buddy. Yeah, there's not enough room up there. That's a no-go, son. That's a no-go. There was a limit to how far humans could adapt to such heat, adding that the heat wave was testing the limits of human survivability. The scientists said that a new temperature record was likely to have been reached in the region during the recent heat wave. Temperatures in the subcontinent have eased slightly in recent days, but the respite is likely to be short-lived. I don't know what respite is. Look at this bird. He's trying to get in here. Why are you trying to get in here, birdie? Temperatures in the subcontinent have eased slightly in recent days, but the respite is likely to be short-lived, according to Paul Hutchin. Okay, the cutback on heat. The heat looks likely to build again from midweek, peaking later in the week or into the weekend, with maximum temperatures, again, likely to reach 50 degrees Celsius in some spots, with continued very high overnight temperatures, he said, on the Met Office's website. Through the weekend, temperatures are likely to lower again closer to average. There is also a continued enhanced risk of fires, largely from planned agricultural burning in the region, which would further add to the poor air quality. Some strong winds will lift dust plumes at times too. They got all kinds of problems going on over there. More human remains found at Lake Mead as reservoir level plunges. So Lake Mead's drying up too. So it's not just India and Pakistan. You guys, Lake Mead is drying up. That's a water supply for a lot of people. The whole world is a sham scam. Thunderfoot, a lot of them come just for the training. For training folks. More human remains were found at Lake Mead over the weekend, less than a week after a body in a barrel was discovered at the reservoir. National Park Service rangers responded to a call on Saturday afternoon that reported the remains in Calville Bay. The Clark County Medical Examiner is assisting with determining the cause of death, according to NPS, which said there's no further information is available at this time. Think about this. Millions of people are drinking dead body water. You know, there's dead bodies in that reservoir, and people are drinking that water. Nice. It was the second set of human remains found at Lake Mead, the country's largest reservoir, as water levels plunge. The first body discovered on May 1st was likely a murder victim who died from a gunshot wound sometime in the mid-70s to early 80s, based on clothing and footwear the victim was found with, according to a new release from Las Vegas Metropolitan Police. The lake has drained dramatically over the last 15 years, Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Homicide Lieutenant Ray Spencer said at the time, noting it's likely that we will find additional bodies that have been dumped in Lake Mead as the water level drops more. Around 40 million people in the West rely on water from the Colorado River and its two largest reservoirs, Lake Mead and Lake Powell, where levels have fallen at an alarming rate over the past few years amid climate change-fueled mega drought. Mega drought. As of Monday, Lake Mead's water level was around 1,052 feet above sea level, roughly 162 feet below its 2,000 level when it was last considered full. It's the lowest level on record for the reservoir since it was filled in the 1930s. The lake's low water level exposed one of the reservoir's original water intake valves in April for the first time. The valve has been in service since 1971, but it can no longer draw water, according to the Southern Nevada Water Authority. That agency is responsible for managing water resources for 2.2 million people in southern Nevada, including Las Vegas. Upstream at Lake Powell, federal officials announced unprecedented emergency steps last week to keep more water in that reservoir and preserve the Glen Canyon Dam's ability to generate hydropower rather than sending it downstream to Lake Mead. We've never taken this step before, but the potential risk on the horizon demands prompt action, Assistant Secretary of Water and Science Tanya Trulio told reporters last week. We need to work together to stabilize the reservoir before we face a larger crisis. Bro, you are facing a larger crisis. Do you love the way they word this? Before we face a larger crisis. Dude, you're running out of water. Hey man, before we don't have enough water for everyone, we better hoard this little bit of water that we've got left. Dun, 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 dun. What? I don't know if somebody has told her this, but we're running out of water already. You know, and you hoarding your water and not sharing it with other people isn't going to make the water last any longer. It's not going to change anything. People are still going to be using the water. What should they do? Well, I'll tell you what people do when the water runs out. They migrate. This is what we've always been talking about here, the migration of people from all over the world into this country. You're also going to have people in this country migrating to other parts of this country. There's going to be a lot of pressure everywhere. There's going to be people everywhere because there's going to be millions of people displaced right here in the United States. Starting with 2.2 million people whose reservoir intake can't bring them water anymore. How long before their water runs out? We got a lot of water here in Florida, man. The rain is crazy. You know, the freshwater canals fill up with water. You know, the creek next to my house fills up with water. Lots of water. Fresh water, rainwater, spring water, great water. There's going to be a lot of people moving to Florida. A lot. Going to be interesting to see how the government here tries to deal with the influx of people, because it's not just going to be immigration. It's going to be people from inside the United States. People from California whose water's drying up. People from Nevada whose water's drying up. People in New Mexico, in Arizona. You know, all the arid states. All their water's going to disappear, man. They're all going to be coming to Florida. More human remains found. That's the headline, you know, as reservoirs water level plunges. The headline is, we found some bones of some bodies. We found some bodies. Not, oh, by the way, you better start looking for a place to move because your water's running out. And all the banks that I've invested in that are buying up the water rights in the middle of the country, I have a feeling their stock's going to go flying up. This whole thing is beginning. It's where you guys want to see the picture? I mean, we're literally in it. This is a video.
Dissipating Lake Mead. The largest reservoir in the country is sinking to unprecedented levels. The downward trajectory etched in stark rings along its banks, marking just how far the waterline has fallen over the years, exacerbated by punishing heat waves and accelerated by the relentless drought gripping nearly all of the West. It is the largest swath of land starving for precipitation since the U.S. Drought Monitor began keeping records.
2000 would be the start of what is now a 22-year drought. In just 5 years of that drought, Lakes Mead and Powell lost 50% of their capacity.
This is a satellite image of Lake Mead in November 2000. Compare that to the much smaller footprint this year. A foreboding reality for the 40 million people in 7 states and Mexico this year. A foreboding much smaller footprint this year. November 2000. November 2000. Compare that to the much smaller footprint this year in November 2000. Compare that to the much smaller footprint this. This is a satellite image of Lake Mead in November 2000. Compare that to the much smaller footprint this year. A foreboding reality for the 40 million people in 7 states and Mexico that rely on the Colorado River for water.
I told you, right?
Some 25
Those
million
were the states
people in
I was
Arizona,
naming.
Nevada, California, and Mexico
Isn't that funny?
get their water from Lake. 25 million people in Arizona, Nevada, that rely on the Colorado River for water.
Isn't that funny? I said California, Nevada, Arizona, New Mexico, Colorado. I just left off Utah and Wyoming, guys. That's why you guys watch this show. Hell yeah.
Some 25 million people in Arizona, Nevada, California, and Mexico get their water from Lake Mead. That's more than the population of Florida.
We are seeing the effects of climate change in the Colorado River Basin through extended drought, extreme temperatures, expansive wildfires.
The U.S. Bureau of Reclamation says Lake Mead is now just 35% full, a record low, as the lake sank to an unprecedented measure. The Bureau now expects the lake will remain near these levels come January 1st, triggering significant water supply cuts to some municipalities.
Yeah, I did
next
call,
year.
but you know what? That we've got some hope. You know what? I know this is going to sound crazy because I always sound like Mr. Doom and Gloom. There's some hope here, man. With the rising temperatures, now hear me out, not just drought and evaporation. With the rising temperatures, man, there's going to be a lot of evaporation out of the oceans, okay? That evaporation is going to result in increased weather events. It's going to have increased, we're going to have water storms, snowstorms. It's going to happen. It might be just in time to fill these lakes back up. And we're going to have to deal with all that weather. We're going to have to deal with massive hurricanes and tornadoes and massive tsunamis and storms and earthquakes and all kinds of shit. Yeah, but if it works out the way Dr. Guy McPherson says it is, then at any moment, we should start getting some massive storms. Now, we get them here in Florida. I mean, I'm telling you that it comes down so heavy here. I'm thinking it's heavier than it's ever been, but I don't know. I don't know if my friends think it is. You know, when I'm experiencing this rain, I'm like, dude, has it always rained this hard here, or is this a heavier rain than normal? So there is hope, and it might come in the form of heated up climate. More evaporation from the ocean leads to more storms over land, leads to more rain events, leads to maybe filling these lakes back up. It's possible. That is all that we can hope for at this point. You know?
Arizona will endure the deepest cutbacks in water supply, mainly impacting agriculture.
Arizona will see a delivery reduction of about 18%. Nevada's reduction will be 7%, and Mexico's reduction will be about 5%.
But without action, further water restrictions impacting millions more could be down the line.
You know, and you think there's supply chain issues now. There are supply chain issues, and it's not because the items don't exist. The items exist. What's going to happen when the items no longer exist? Where do you get your water in California, nay, Lake Mead? Me, I have a well in California. Nick Brown, trigger major storms. James, lol, it always has been heavy. You've been away too long. See, so James says, he's a good friend of mine from high school. He says it's always rained this heavy. There you go. So, it's not. We're not getting increased rain, according to my buddy James. I believe him. He's a pretty straightforward kind of guy. This lake was crazy low. Nature at work. Yeah, that's a thought of many. I'm very sad about my coffee being empty right now. I'm very sad and disappointed. You guys want to see something badass? I'm going to show you the badassery. You want to see the badassery? I'm going to show you the badassery. Look, dude. Morty's got a freaking blunt. Rick's got a bong, and they're exhaling smoke. It's so bombtacular. They're surrounded by little evil flying buds with guns. It's like a little bud army. They're coming. Giant swirl behind them of green, like they're coming through the fucking portal, bro. We got that one, bro. That one's kicking ass. And this one, bro? Forget about you, son. Forget about you. Forgetting about it and talking about it and showing it right now. Looking at this. Looking at that. What? Florida storms are pretty intense. 1 minute is bright and sunny and then boom, severe weather. Yeah, that is true. Nature at work. Yeah, you never know, man. You can be right in the middle of a lightning storm, just looking at blue sky over. Now, let me tell you, next door, bro. My mother and I were watching the rain come off the roof here. We were trying to determine how it was raining pretty hard. And over on the other side of the house where my father was sitting, it wasn't raining at all. It was not raining. My house was literally on the line of the rainstorm, and it was pouring over here, and there was nothing over there. It was hilarious. It was during a podcast, I believe. I should have got that on freaking video, man. I should have got it on my phone. Anyhow, dude, look at this dab. Do you guys like this? Let me hear about this in the chat. Let me hear about it in the chat if you like my dab mat. Look at the device he's using. He's got a device. He's like me. He's got a device there. Look at that. Look at what's going on there. Is that a scope on his bong? Yeah, bro. So he can scope out what he's scoping while he's dabbing, bro. He's got to be able to scope out what he's scoping while he's dabbing, bro. It's a scope, bro. It's probably a little. You know what that is, bro? It's not a scope. You know what that is? It's a fucking rocket torch, bro. That's what heated it up. That torch right there, that's a fucking torch. Torch mount, bruh. You ever heard of a torch mounted dab rig? Got the torch on it. Fucking heats the bucket up. Boom. Click it off. Drop the dab, son. It's built onto the goddamn device, bro. You got the torch already built on. It's a little rocket torch, bro. Fucking rocket torch, bro. Yeah, that's badass. Yeah, I thought it was a sight, too. And then I thought about it. I was like, no, I think that's a torch, bro. You know what's funny? It's side mounted. It's literally mounted on the side, and it's facing where the it's kind of, if you imagine that it is he's got this turned to the right, and he's using his right hand. Check this out. So funny. Look at the way the torch is mounted. See how it's mounted on its left side, so it leans to the right? And he's using his right arm to drop the dab, so he's got the bucket turned to the right a little bit, and that thing is to the right a little bit. So that is the fucking torch, bro. There is no doubt in my mind that whoever drew this was like, yeah, dude, let's put a little rocket torch on there, bro. Somebody thought of that. Because a sight would be dead lined up, right? A torch would be aimed at your bucket. If he was looking at... Yeah, bro. That's a torch, bro. It should have shown a little flame coming out of it. That'd be badass. Little blue flame coming out of the torch. A little smoke coming off the torch. Gotta call the artist and tell him to update that show. Alright, you guys, listen. I'm out of here. You guys take care. Thanks for watching my show. I hope you all had fun. Hope you enjoy the dabs. I would have kept going too, man, but it looks like everybody left, which is too bad. Because I like doing these long shows. I would have done a long show. It's pretty long already. It's an hour and a half. So that's good. I would have kept going, man. 2 cups of coffee in, bro. Doing some I would have done some more dabs, man, but people just couldn't hang out, man, I guess. So... You guys take care, and I will see you. What is going on? Why doesn't this work, dude? I don't understand. Anyway,